Common sense told us that when you put a big tax on something, the people will produce less of it. So we cut the people's tax rates, and the people produced more than ever before. The economy bloomed like a plant that had been cut back and could now grow quicker and stronger.
What is up, everybody? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Here we are at our first ever episode of Common Sense, where we are a channel who strives to bring you a common sense take on the news of today. And today, for our first episode, I figured why not? Let's just jump straight into the deep end. We're going to go over to Kari Lake recorded audio and see if we can apply some common sense. Just so you know, all of my videos are unscripted because I don't believe you can have proper common sense if you're running off of a script. So we're going to apply common sense. We're going to play the video. We may stop it several times throughout the video so I can give you my thoughts, my opinions on it. Just understand these are common sense opinions and take them for what you will. We'll just, like I said, go through the video, see what's up, see what's going on. And currently, I'm still building my little recording studio, so there is no face cam. And so you just get to hear my lovely, lovely voice. So this is CS with some common sense.
What's going on? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is back east. There are very powerful people that want to keep you out.
I know they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth.
All right, hold up a second. First off, who talks like that? I mean, it's just like Boris from Rocky and Bullwinkle or something. There are very powerful people that want to keep you out, Bullwinkle. And your little rat friend too, Rocky. I know he's a flying squirrel. But anyway, I was just wondering who in the world actually talks like that.
Mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy, though. They should
All
want
right.
me. I'm a great candidate. People
If
love
anybody
me.
starts off, just common
These
sense
people are
point
corrupt.
number one. If anybody
Well,
starts off with "Don't repeat this,"
maybe
it's
you're
probably bad.
They are corrupt.
This never happened. Don't go. Do me a favor though. I'll get myself in trouble. If you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
I wouldn't doubt that either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man. They said the cartel's operating in 50 states right now, like all 50. You know?
All right,
So
let's pause for right there. So she stated a tongue-in-cheek moment. Obviously, this is from the reports was recorded at her house. This gentleman, Jeff DeWitt, came over to her home, wanted to talk to her about something very important, needed a few 5-10 minutes of her time. And she says a tongue-in-cheek, "Oh, they're going to have me murdered." His response wasn't, no, that's crazy talk. You know, we're just offering you some options here. No, his response was, well, you know what they said about the cartels last week? They operate in all 50 states. Well, you know, that right there is, number one, common sense moment. Oh, crap, this is real. All right.
So what's going on? Who is it? What?
forget the who. Let me just tell you the what. Let's just say there are people calling around saying, gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this. If you say no, don't say, I got offered to buy out. Don't use it. Because then we lose our ability to get things done in the future.
Here's my problem. rather than just say, let's work with her. She's a great candidate.
Fair point.
Because they don't own me. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I don't know, it's about ownership.
It's about control.
About
I don't know,
control.
it's about control. It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be.
All right, so first he's playing to her, I don't know, her platitudes, I guess you would say, her agreeableness. It's a tactic used to measure the room, to say, no, 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 it's not about control. It's not. They don't want to be on your team. They want you on their team. Now, I grew up my entire life playing sports, and one thing I know, if I'm not the head coach or the owner of the team, then I have to do what the owner or the head coach of the team says to do. That's control. But to try to farce it off as, oh, no, 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 it's not about control, it's about being on their team, to get things done properly.
Be on their team.
But,
Common sense
but
point
if they're
number
pushing a
2.
globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want
So
me to
she
do?
said, hey,
You
if they're
understand.
doing this globalist thing, I'm out. I don't want none of it.
What? Let me tell you what I can offer you.
I tell you what I can offer you. Oh, we're back to Boris from Bullwinkle again.
I said, you can do whatever she wants, talking head, this and that. So the ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was, this is, has to stay between us. Is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her, to keep her out? And I said,
All right, so I know we're 2.5 minutes in, and I've done stopped the video like 5 times here, but it's like so many red flags, so many common sense moments for Kari. It's just popping up right now. So we got the people back east. They say, hey, we want her on our team. And to get her on our team, let's sweeten the pot. Let's say, hey, is there a company out here in Arizona, that we can just put her on the payroll? Well, what do you want to do? And let's see what he responds here.
well, what are you willing to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad, bad thing for our country.
All right, so now she has
is
made
not
a
America first.
she's made a
This is
definitive
about
statement
the final
to
death
say,
blow to
hey,
Trump.
this
And
is
I don't
about
think that's good for our
defeating Trump.
country.
And I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's
So
not
he
good for our
loves
country,
Trump.
Jeff.
It's not, but at the same time, I'm not even sure Trump can win again. I don't know that he can win again.
Apparently, he ain't been watching the polls because Trump won Iowa by like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 points, whatever it was, some crazy number. Won New Hampshire, even though you had literal Democrats telling reporters, oh, I'm a Democrat, but I'm voting for Nikki Haley because he isn't Trump, or she isn't Trump. And then when asked, well, okay, if you vote for Nikki, if she gets the nomination, who are you voting for in the presidential? Oh, I'm voting for Joe Biden. So, yeah, and then you take all that into to consideration, and Nikki Haley still lost New Hampshire by like 12 points. It's ridiculous. So he don't think Trump can win. Well, let's see if we can figure out why in this video.
I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about the ability to raise money to win. You know? If you really want to know, all of politics boils down to money. I think. I always believe that. And even on their end, like what makes them the most money?
I know. All these consultants don't want their payday to end. And I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting him do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona
Or,
to carry their torch and their voice.
or you don't go away, but you pause.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
You pause and refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not.
All right, let's pause it right there. So they're essentially, this Jeff DeWitt guy is essentially saying to Miss Kari Lake that the people back east don't want her to not run for office. They just don't want her to run for office right now. To take a pause, So what we have here is a clear bribe of, hey, put her on a board, pay her a bunch of money, and then, you'll be on the team, and we'll see to it that in a couple years, we'll take care of you. That's where we're at. So we got a clear bribe. Common sense will tell you that. Put her on a board. Is there a place for her to go? And she's like, no, the battle's now. Like, I can't take a pause. We're fighting for the soul of our country.
What, you can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them. And they're sitting around people that have stuff to offer them. You know what I mean? It's just.
Oh, hold up. So now, this is intriguing. Let's put a little bit of common sense to this. Common sense take number 4 now. If he's like, hey, look, you don't have nothing to offer. So it's either take this or else. But what was key was when he said, but they're sitting around a bunch of people that do have something to offer them. Well, let's look at it at the facts so far. I mean, the facts as I see them, in my opinion. 1, it's about getting Trump. He all but admitted that. He said, I don't think Trump can win. So what's it matter if you're getting Trump? Which means he actually does think Trump can win, and the people back east, whoever these mysterious people are, don't want Trump to win. So, and she's a big voice for Trump. And now he says, but they're sitting around people that do have something to offer them. Well, I mean, if we just kind of look into what he means by that, who's running against Trump? DeSantis has left. Vivek Ramaswamy has dropped out and endorsed Trump. DeSantis has endorsed Trump. You got Nikki Haley going on Saturday Night Live, essentially espousing the left talking points. So my logical conclusion would state that Nikki Haley has something to offer. Well, 2 years ago, Nikki Haley disappeared. I don't even remember anyone saying anything about Nikki Haley for the past 2 years until suddenly she popped up as a presidential, candidate. And now all of a sudden, so what was Nikki Haley doing the past 2 years? Well, if I recall correctly, she got appointed to the board of Boeing with zero aerospace engineer, type credentials, but she got appointed to it, made a bunch of money. And now they're like, hey, Nikki, we know that you said you would endorse Trump and that you wouldn't run against him, but yeah, we kind of need you to do that now. You remember we kind of put you on the board, made you a bunch of money. Would really hate for that to come out publicly that you kind of took a bribe. We'll pin it on some underling somewhere like Jeff DeWitt here, who apparently is the GOP party leader in Arizona, but still it's Arizona. It's not, the GOP party chair of the United States. So now maybe these people back east are saying, hey, Nikki, we're going to give you a bunch of money to run. We're going to make sure you win, but you need to take a pause for 2 years. Don't run for anything. Don't say nothing. Don't put your name out there. Don't ruffle any feathers. And then we'll make you president. Now, that don't make a lot of sense, because why would Democrats want a Republican as a president unless the candidate and possible nominee was bought and paid for and would tank the election? Because here's the thing. If they bribed you once, right, now they hold something over you, so now they're going to extort you. It's just the way it works. You think about the protection that the mobs used to give businesses. Give us $500. We'll make sure nobody messes with your business. This is due every month. They give them $500. 6 months down the road, they can no longer give them $500. They're like, all right, look, you either give us $500 or we can't promise what's going to happen to your business. We can't protect it. And they're like, well, we're not giving you $500. Just go on, get out of here. Then the next day, their business is torched by the people they were paying to protect it. You see the way it works, the way extortion, bribery into extortion flows is, let's say 2 years ago, hypothetically speaking, they told Nikki Haley, take a break. Stay out of public eyes. Don't make, ruffle any feathers. Don't make any waves. And in 2 years, we'll get you to run against Joe Biden. He can't beat you. We'll do this for you. And this is quite possible, considering a lot of Nikki Haley's donors are big-time Democrat donors. So I'm just saying, put the little pieces of the puzzle together and you start to see a picture. But now they're like, hey, now that you're the nominee and we got Trump out of the way, hence why Nikki Haley isn't dropping out, because she owes these people. And now that you're the nominee, now we need you to tank the election. Well, I'm not tanking the election. Well, you remember you kind of took a bribe? Yeah, you're tanking the election or your entire life's over. We're going to destroy everything. Or you can take the election and go back to your seat on the board there at Boeing or wherever. Just saying. So now he's like, there are people they are surrounded by that will scratch their backs. Okay.
It's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back.
He's definitely scratching somebody's back coming with this proposal. That's
Where
for
are
sure.
we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Listen to what you're saying.
So, all the election deniers, he just said, where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again? Indicating, now this man has been in Congress, been in Senate, been in wherever. He's GOP leader, and they stole the election. It's literally what he just said. If they steal the election again, it's not, if they steal the election like we believe them to, because that would leave open for doubt that, hey, this is his opinion. No, he stated a definitive fact. Where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again? That's a definitive statement that they stole the election, and if you don't take this pause, they're going to do it again.
Why don't we do something about it so that we the people can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not willing to accept that.
Now he's saying, what can we do? There's nothing we can do. They're going to steal it again. You just take the pause, take the money, and we'll deal with it in 2 years.
And I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's. Go back and tell
You
them
get
that.
them.
I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their.
We'll see.
I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me to stop me.
So now, if you remember earlier in this video, she said, what, they're going to murder me? Ha ha ha. You know, kind of a tongue-in-cheek, like, whatever, they're not going to do this. Now she's saying, look, they're going to have to kill me to stop me. Because he's already made it clear, well, you know, the cartels operate in 50 states.
I know, look. And
You don't have to tell them that, but I don't think they will, but.
Nah, I don't think that's the way they are.
Either
That's
they
the
come
way
around
they are.
and try to work with me, or I'm just going to.
entail?
That would entail not
All of
telling,
them-
layman's telling me, you got to distance yourself from Trump. I know, you distance yourself from DeSantis.
He's all butthurt about that.
But what I'm saying is, don't tell people that. I'm with Trump, okay? I want to work for the betterment of Arizona. I'm not going to let these people back in D.C. tell me not to run.
Tell him that's what
I'm not going to pause for 2 years. The battle is now. I'm offended by whoever these people are.
And you
that they're
should
trying
be.
to buy me out of.
Well, you should be honored.
Okay, so now he's playing on his... All right, so this Jeff DeWitt guy, boy, I tell you what. So he went from trying to get her to capitulate. Basically, you're just a dumb woman. You know, scratch their back, they'll scratch yours, take a pause, you know, you really don't have much to offer, you know, but they got a lot to offer, so you really should do this. And then it went to extortion of, well, if you don't scratch their back, you know, they'll take you down, you know, to, well, you should be honored, which now he's switching up again and playing on our hubris. Like, hey, you ought to be honored that they're so scared of you that you should be honored.
I'm offended that there's people back there who just don't get about our country.
Do you understand though? You should be honored. That means they know how powerful you are.
So which one is it, Jeff? Does she not have anything to offer them, or should she be honored that they know how powerful she is? I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
Well, I can tell them
If
that.
you weren't powerful, they wouldn't want to have this conversation,
Yeah.
right? You should be. Very few people get this.
I know. I'm
Very
pissed
few
that they
people
don't
get
care
this, so
more
that
about
means
our
they have
country.
approached
It's all
other
about the mighty
people.
dollar to them, and that's offensive.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
They want to get Trump so bad. They want him out so
It's not
bad.
about Trump. This isn't about Trump. It's about you. It's not about Trump.
It's 100% about Trump.
It's about you. It's not about Trump. Some people that are in on this, I know.
Listen, I can win. Why don't you go back and tell them that I can win, and why don't they get behind me?
I see these things through a different lens. It's very personal to you. This was you. This was your name on the ballot, and I get that. And it's a very personal thing.
Well, I have a appointment coming up, and I have to work on my book.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not good. I appreciate their concern.
Just to say,
So is he going to make a last-ditch effort here?
is there a number at which
Oh, he
I
is.
can be bought.
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No.
Good for
10
you,
million,
Kari.
20 million, 30, no. $1 billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country. I think it's disturbing that they would even, that anybody would think this is.
No, to be fair, even me, I'll say this. I want a fresh face right now for the reason that I've never seen anyone, I can't think of a single person in a federal race who's lost, ran in and won. I can't think of it. If you can think of it, let me know.
I am not going to let these people who hate our country tell me not to run. You should call them and tell them to get behind me.
I mean,
I can
would
win,
say
and they
those
should
words.
get behind me.
I will happily say those words.
Yeah.
Do you think my words will carry any weight?
Well, they thought your words would carry
Okay,
weight
well,
coming to
did you
her.
think you would come in here and that I would be bought?
It's not being.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
It's I think what
It
I
is
think,
being bought. They are trying to buy me out of running.
what
And
I
it's actually, I mean, all right, I'm flattered I'm offended. I'm
What I
offended for our
think-
country.
what I
We have
think
people
is
like this who live here.
What I think is this, is it can give you an incredible opportunity to have a bigger voice to fight for stuff
Bigger voice.
than you currently do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with people like this. These people are un-American, and I think they're unethical, and I would be absolutely immoral if I did that.
Good for you, Kari.
Again,
That's immoral. I couldn't look at I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I, you know.
it's very powerful people that are willing to, they really want someone different. They want new names, whatever it is.
So they want Jim Lehman. That's a new name.
No, actually, that's not even, that's a possibility, but they're even asking me like,
I know they've got all these new names, and I'm going to beat each and every one of them. Sorry, Jeff. Take it back to them.
oh,
I got to get working.
I know you
I
do.
love you, but I got to get working.
all right, I appreciate it.
I mean, I'm just can't believe this.
Hey, again, be honored. Instead of them just, look, instead of just them working to beat you, they're trying to, like,
They're
Wait, what are you? Hold up. What are you gonna say there, Jeff? She's asked you to leave 3 times now. She's like indirectly saying, "Hey, I got to get to work. I got an appointment. I got to work on my book. Hey, I got stuff to do. I got to get to work. I love you, but you know, I can't believe that you're willing to come to me with this." You know, so 3 different times she's inadvertently said, "Hey, get out of my house. This is ridiculous. I don't want to hear it." And he's like, "Oh, they could be honored because instead of trying to work to beat you, well, isn't that what the political system is for? Is opponent A works their tail off on and stands on their policy and stands on their convictions and what they believe, and they work the people of America, and they say, hey, this is my policies, this is what I believe, this is where I stand, this is what I want to do for you." And then opponent B does the exact same thing, and they actively debate between each other, and then ultimately the American people get to decide. Instead, in this situation, it's screw the American people, screw you, screw everybody that might vote for you or vote for Trump. Screw all them. We don't give a rat's behind about their opinion because we're going to buy you out. So that way, your opponent, doesn't matter. Your opponent doesn't have to work for it. Saves a bunch of money. That's literally what's happening here. That's the common sense part of it. Is they are trying to disenfranchise you, the voter. Not Kari, not Jeff DeWitt, not Nikki Haley, not Donald Trump. No, you, the voter. Because if they can buy anyone they want, then they can put in office anybody they want. That's the truth about it.
This is about getting Trump out.
nah,
Yeah, it is.
Trump never came once.
Well, it's about DeSantis, getting DeSantis in. Getting DeSantis is getting Trump out.
You're reading too deep into it.
Well,
Reading too deep into it. I don't
let's
think
see
she's
what
reading
happens.
deep enough.
Maybe my case will go through. Maybe they'll do the right thing.
I hope so.
I do too. That's my first goal. But they can't have me in the governor's office because then we're going to root out some of this corruption.
But again, it's like,
You know what it is? The people don't get to choose their elected officials
Oh,
unless they're
there you
pre-approved
go.
by the swamp. And the swamp doesn't pre-approve of me.
you need a strong party to help
I think you should go public with this and then say, hey,
No.
these people don't want to, they don't want,
And then I
they're,
turn my key in my car and I just,
So she make jokes about them killing her. They're gonna have to kill me to stop me. Blah blah blah. He responds not with no, it's nothing like that. He responds with, well, you know, the cartels work in all 50 states. And now she's like, hey, you know what, Jeff? I'm giving you an out right here. What you're doing is unethical, immoral, and should never be done in American politics or in politics, period. But especially American politics, because I live in America. And instead of taking the way out, instead of taking the lifeline she just threw him, saying, go public with this, expose them, give them names, give them everything, and expose this corruption. Instead of that, he said, oh, no, because then I turn my key in my car and boom. Now, I would love to think he's just saying that as a tongue-in-cheek, statement. But the fact is, if you look at it, through a common sense lens, he's already stated cartels, 50 states, we're going to buy you out. You ain't playing ball. If you don't play on the team, you have no team. And essentially, we can't protect you. Extortion.
I like my
Tell them I'm not flattered. I'm offended that
Don't tell anybody we had this conversation.
I'm offended that
Don't tell anybody we had this conversation.
don't
Boris
care
from
about our country
Bullweekly.
more.
I actually wish you'd just give me a counter offer. That's big. Give me a counter.
I can't be bought.
Come on.
I can't.
All right, I'll see.
Okay, bye-bye.
You're watching the Emmy Award-winning Jim Heath channel on YouTube. Please give the
So-
video a like, subscribe to the channel, and give thanks by hitting the button below. Thank you.
Yep. So I got this from Jim Heath. You can find the Jim Heath channel, obviously. You can find the link to the full video without my commentary in the description down below. But, just going over everything we just heard and just saw, there's no doubt in my mind that Nikki Haley is probably bought. I mean, it's my opinion, so don't take it as fact. But I believe Nikki Haley is bought. She took the deal that Kari Lake is refusing. And that, paying the piper. I believe this Jeff guy has been bought. And now he's paying the piper. And that's why he keeps on. Asked him to leave 3 times indirectly. And then outside her house, presumably, as he was leaving, he's like, just make me a big counteroffer. He tries again because he knows that if he goes back to the people back east without securing this, then he has failed. He has failed the swamp. He has failed them. And he's in deep, deep trouble. Just the way I see it. So, with all that being said, something stinks in Washington. And it's been stinking a long time, like an old stagnated swamp. Hopefully, change is coming. And some common sense conservatives are going to bring this nation back. This is the Common Sense Conservative. Thank you for watching Common Sense. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Help this channel grow. This is our first video. We'll be doing a whole lot more reaction videos, much like this. So I look forward to seeing you next time here on Common Sense.
Common sense told us that when you put a big tax on something, the people will produce less of it. So we cut the people's tax rates, and the people produced more than ever before. The economy bloomed like a plant that had been cut back and could now grow quicker and stronger.